Hey everybody, this is Perch. Let's reach into the mailbag here. Talking about people talking about comics. That's what we've got. So, do they want the industry to fail? Is the mail. It says, "Hey Perch. First off, let me say I am unashamedly a conservative, and I hate when a creator sacrifices a good story for the sake of pushing their political agenda on the reader, regardless of which political side it's pushing. However, what I don't understand is that a lot of comic YouTubers who hate wokeness or whatever seem to want the comic industry to fail. I can understand wanting it to change or improve, as I do. Okay, that's fair. But people like Ethan Van Sciver seem to rejoice when they report that the industry is dying. Okay, I think we can all agree it is not healthy, but why not try and help it by encouraging publishers and creators to improve and hold them to a higher standard? Like I said, I'm a conservative, um, but by no means do I want the greatest hobby in the world to fail. Would love to hear your thoughts and thank you for the videos. I think you have a well-balanced take on issues like this. Keep up the good work." Okay. Um, so a bunch of things here. So first off, let me get like the piece out of the way. You mentioned a specific person, and I think that makes it a little bit more dodgy because you could speculate on both what he's feeling and why he's feeling it, but the best source is to go directly to the source and just ask. Like I mean, I could make up a lot of shit. A lot of people make up a lot of shit about me, and they tell me what I think, and I hate it. So I don't want to engage in like, here's what this person thinks and here's why it thinks. I mean, it becomes a useless conversation when you're talking about the individual unless the individual is involved. So I just, it's not worth it. More generically, I think you do see a lot of people, a lot of just kind of various YouTubers or people on Twitter or whatever, who seem to celebrate when there's bad news. And the reason behind that is, I think, fairly simple. The reason behind it is they believe, whether they're right or wrong, they believe that the comic industry, and that's kind of a nebulous thing, but people in it, who knows, publishers, some of the creators, whatever, comics, has wronged them. Comics is basically, you know, come at them or attack them. And you could try, and God knows I have been. So, I mean, I'm trying to answer this more balanced. I mean, obviously, I have a point of view on this because it's referenced in a lot of my other videos. But there's no point in telling somebody, hey, you may be angry because, this one creator shit on you, but attacking the entire comic industry over this one creator, that seems a little bit extreme. And I think to make matters worse, and by the way, it's not one creator, it's more than one creator, but what exactly is the number? Like, you start getting into kind of ridiculous conversations around, okay, so if it's 10% of creators inside of comics that antagonize the fans and customers, but 90% don't, then do we want can we call it blanket the entire industry at that point? Because of the 90%, shouldn't more than 90% be calling out 10%? Like, you can get into these almost pretzel-like conversations that, honestly, I don't know that those do you any good either. The reality is, yes, there are some people out there who are pricks. And why are they pricks? That is a good question. Dropped on their head as a child, secretly hate conservatives. I mean, any of the above, any or all of the above is the answer there. But at the end of the day, it's like you're not gonna change those people. You're not gonna be able to go and like make a really powerful YouTube video, and a creator is gonna be like, well, now I've seen the error of my ways. I'm not gonna say the things I said before. That's not gonna happen. There's nothing I can say with any amount of passion that's going to get a Mark Brooks to change the way he behaves on Twitter. He enjoys it. He just does. So then, you turn the conversation to the other end and go, well, you people should stop worrying about Mark Brooks. Well, that's probably a true statement, and that Mark Brooks, unless you think he's going to come over to your house and like punch you, or pee on your lawn or whatever, then, there's not really much you can do about him. So, you probably shouldn't worry about it. But not worrying about it also includes, not giving him your money. Don't, if I say, hey, you shouldn't worry about these people that are antagonizing you on Twitter, what goes along with that is stop funding them. I mean, I think that's a given, but maybe it's not a given, so I'll say it explicitly here. If when I say there's nothing you can do about it, don't worry about it, it doesn't mean like shut up and continue to give them your cash. It means cut that part off too. Don't invest into things that drive you crazy. Um, but yeah, look, it is better for sure to hope for the industry to improve. I want it to improve. A lot of people want it to improve. You want things to get better. I think that's a natural human instinct and drive to want things to evolve into healthier and better. But that said, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt along the way. And I think maybe this is the realization. There's a whole series of videos about do creators know if they make you mad or not. I mean, again, you could chase that one into the abyss as well. But maybe a better way to put it is, it would be good if people understood that when you take a swing at them, they don't like being punched at. One of the confusing aspects, and it truly is confusing to me, this is what I don't understand, is that at various times, people, fans, creators, all kinds of people, all of them, will do things that are incredibly antagonistic, will absolutely take a shot at somebody else. And they seem really shocked when some people get upset about it. And I truly don't get that one. I do not get why people why this is a mystery to people that they get upset when you attack them. There's a meme, I don't know, there's somewhere where it's like this this woman is like shoveling shit over a wall, and then the next panel is like this big deluge of shit comes down the other side, and she's like, help, I'm being attacked. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be shocked when you do something that pisses people off and then they get pissed. That's mission accomplished territory. You congratulations, you successfully irritated people. I don't know why you did that. I don't know what your goal was. I don't know the win scenario you were shooting for there, but you accomplished the mission. You made people mad. Is your life better now as a result? Happens all over the place. So I think that all is fed into all this. Look, I think comics are personal, and this is where I'm not justifying the behavior. I'm certainly not justifying people going out and acting like complete assholes to each other. But look, when you have a hobby, a sport that is built on loyalty, and that is what comics and games and a lot of this media is. They get you to care about the characters. This is not rocket science. They get you to care about the characters because that is imperative to their business model. That is what they are doing. And when you do that, and then when you, make big changes, insult, you don't like some of the people that are consuming your product, again, you're perfectly willing to say, I've discovered that the people who are buying my shit are assholes and I don't like them and I wish they wouldn't. You could certainly do that. But do keep in mind that you may get what you wish for. You may get people not buying it. But it's this behavior, it's this cycle that gets people to say, yeah, I'm going to root for comics to fail. As kind of sad as that is, as abhorrent as that is, as frustrating that is. I mean, it is frustrating. It's meant to be, an entertainment. It's meant to be fun. And yet, instead of fun, we're dicking around with whether it should die or not, and taking pleasure when problems occur. Companies go bankrupt, etc. People get horny about it. Why? Like, that's not how casual hobbies are supposed to work. The reason is because these casual hobbies feed on getting people attached and excited about the properties. That is what they have done for years. That is their entire purpose, their entire model. And once you do that, you get people attached. If you're good at that, shocker, they become attached. And when they become attached, they tend to be sensitive to messing around with what they consider is their hobby. And you kind of made them feel like it was their hobby. That's the whole thing. That's why all this is so frustrating. Is you're happy letting people think this was all theirs. until they didn't like what you produced, and then suddenly it's like, this isn't for you, and why don't you? I mean, then you get upset about it. I think that anyone who is actively rooting for failure in the comic industry, who takes pleasure and pride at things going badly, is somebody who's got kind of a sad little life. But all the same, I get how you get there. I understand how you find yourself in that spot. And I think the best thing you can do is fill your time with things that make you happy. The funny part is then you get a mail like this one, the one that was sent to me, that comes along that says, man, it feels like people are acting crazy. Well, yeah, they are. Correct. They are acting crazy. This stuff is crazy. If a company goes bankrupt and like your goal is to, jump on a video and gloat about it, then either that company personally wronged you, but that isn't the case with most of these people. The company didn't personally wrong them. It's just part of this overall system that is broken. But again, we can't be surprised that people got here. We cannot like it. We could say it's an overreaction. We could say it's a little crazy. That's all fine. But we can't be completely surprised that this was the inevitable result of everything that took place. At least I don't think you can. I want comics to get better for sure. I'm not looking for them to become more conservative, more liberal. I guess like the letter writer, I just want them to be good. I want the stories to be solid. I want an environment that feeds that. So I give advice on these videos. I do not kid myself like publishers are, breathlessly listening to every word and scribbling it down on a paper and holding meetings on how we do what Perch says. Nobody's doing that. But this is how I'm choosing to kind of express this situation, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for listening.